everybody, Camelia here. Welcome to a new sewing patterns magazine flip through. Today we have the latest magazine that I show here on the channel every month, KnipMode Magazine issue 11, so November 2023. And well, let's see what we get this month. I have also an extra little magazine because of course I have a subscription with Knip Mode, and if I'm not mistaken, it's only if you have a subscription you'll get this little knitting extra little book. So the problem is that I do knit a lot. I don't crochet, but knitting I'm doing a lot, maybe these days more than I sew. But the problem is that I don't know the names and the methods and nothing, all the terms in Dutch. I don't know them. I only knit patterns in English. So this is going to be a little bit worthless for me, but I like all the colors. They are really, I think they are kind of easy patterns to knit, although I do knit a lot of cables and stuff like that. I enjoy those more. But oh, this one is really pretty. But again, I don't know the terms in Dutch, and maybe I can try using Google Translate. But this hat is also pretty simple. But again, and I know they offer for, I don't know if for all of these sets or for some of them you can buy also complete wool kits that you can, you know, to get everything what you need in one kit. That's really handy. So this is it. I don't know, for someone who needs, I think might have some importance. It's not very useful for me. So let's take a look at Knip Mode and the patterns that we get this month. Of course, as you can see here a little bit, we get a little bit into the party wear. And I got the agenda, I have it, but I'm not sure if I should make a video for it. Again, it's in Dutch, everything is in Dutch. There are some handy sewing tips there, some codes to get some free patterns, and also some patterns that you need to draw them yourself. Of course, you get all the information, but I'm not really sure if it's worth it to make a video for it. If you really want to see it, to see a flip through, please put it in here in the comments and I'll be happy to make a little video for it. Here you can see a small preview of the patterns that are inside, and I'm going to tell you there are a few really nice ones, and also the one that I have already made. So in a few days I'm going to make the video also for it. The first dresses are a little bit into the party dresses, you know, that we go into the Christmas party stuff. And we have here this dress which is made with, I suppose it's a strapless dress. Of course, you could put the shoulder bands to sit on your shoulder, but I suppose that there will have to be sewn a little bit differently than how they are here. Here they are supposed to be like this. It's a pretty simple skirt with darts front and back. This one is made in a polyester satin, but of course the bodice is a corset type bodice, and they also have some boning worked here in the inside, and they have a photo tutorial on how to do that on their website. They have some mentions here in the magazine. Then we have this little dress here, which has a lot of details. It has some gathers on the side of the skirt. The skirt has an asymmetrical hem here. There are some princess seams here into the back, and of course the wide square neckline, and of course the sleeves, which has also gathers. And if I'm not mistaken, there are gathers on the outside of the arm and also on the inside of the seam of the sleeve. So it's a pretty heavy gathered sleeve, and if I am not mistaken, there are also even gathers here at the cap of the sleeve. I will say, I know that the idea is to make it very party-like and stuff like that, but I really don't like the fabric that they used here. So very shiny and looking a little bit cheap. I don't know, and the whole styling it doesn't work for me. Although I do think that this dress could be really, really nice in another kind of fabric, maybe even in a light denim, very light denim, or in any other kind of fabric. And I don't think it's asking for stretchy fabric, as they talk about also that you could make this in a faux leather. Well, it should be really, really drapey and soft one if you want to have all these gathers on the sleeves, or maybe you could put just a normal sleeve into the dress. Also, I was thinking, watching at this neckline here, which looks on her like really, really wide, I'll always add maybe just a little bit of fabric, or I'll make the shoulder seam just a little bit longer into the neck here, as you have just a tiny bit more coverage, you know, eventually for a bra, because this is looking like dangerously narrow here. And of course, I'm talking about myself. If I was to make also my narrow shoulder adjustment, that will, because it's always on how the bodice is constructed here on the armhole, I'll have to make that adjustment. And I will always add, of course, here, because otherwise I'll get just a skimpy little shoulder seam here. So definitely a really beautiful dress, which needs a very good test garment in order to define how much you want to have the neckline here. I like it that in the back is pretty high, so it's going to pull everything nicely in the back. The dress has an invisible zipper, you can't really see it here. And I wonder how it's finished. I'm not sure how it's finished because I see no facings here. So maybe the bodice is doubled. I'm not sure. But I see no facings, and most of the time if there is a facing they will draw that in. They also say that it has a really royal décolleté here. And it's perfect for a really statement necklace, but I'll definitely adjust this here because, you know, it really needs to sit really nicely onto the shoulders. Then we have here from the green dress, we have only the top part with a little bit of a peplum type lowered from the waist down. Also here you have boning, and also here of course you can see, they say here where you can find the photo tutorial. This one is made, the top is made, and I kind of like it like so. This one is made in a lurex boucle. Of course this black is really impossible to see any kind of detail, but also here you have, as in the green dress, you can see it a little bit better here, you have a small how should I say, a little bit of fabric that is pleated here onto the side. Then another variation onto the same top, although I think they did not do a really great job on this boning here because you can see it. Again with some gathered sleeves, and I must say that I really love this type of skirt. I have some dresses with this skirt, and you know, just putting another kind of top on it, these skirts are always very, very beautiful. This one is made in a jacquard viscose, and you really need to have something very soft for a skirt like this. Then we have that pattern, you know, that we got in the last month, that we got first the bodice and then a sleeve and another sleeve, and this time we get this drapey sleeve, which is, it has also, actually you have a, you show your skin here. It's a nice sleeve, you know, you can see it here, it's just a little bit different than the rest. But of course you can combine everything with the other pattern pieces if you have the other issues of Knip Mode. Then we have here, here they are going to, I'm not going to stop the video, but I want to put on the light. Then we have here the pussy bow blouse, which we get it in a few variations. Maybe it's showing a little bit better now. Oh, I made it even worse. Okay, so we have here the blouses, different variations on the pussy bow blouse. And let's see. Actually, I think there are two patterns, because we see here one where we have the bust dart is rotated to the center front, and I must say that this, if you make a top like this, you always, I have something similar made from Knip Mode, and it's really important, you know, like when you are making a normal blouse and you want to have the bust darts coming exactly onto your bust, you know, to point to your bust, not on the bust, to on the fullest part of your bust. In this case also you want to have this horizontal dart here. You really want to have it at the level of your bust, otherwise it's going to look really not nice. And of course the volume that these darts are making, because they're actually 2 darts, of course you want to have it on your bust. This one is made here in a cotton. This one you have, actually I think is the same sleeve, but here you have more of a typical pussy bow shirt with a hidden button closure here in the front. You cannot see it, but this one is made in viscose. This one is made here, as you can see the sleeve is more drapier. Here it has a little bit more volume because this one is made in cotton. And then we have it as a dress with a long sleeve. That's, you know, I know it's a repetition of the same pattern, but you get a lot of variations for the same pattern, and you can of course combine. I mean, you can put this long sleeve, you can put it on this top, or if I'm not mistaken, and I think I'm 99% sure, you can even put this long sleeve onto this shirt here. Here you have no button closures, but or you know, the typical button down, but you have a slit in the back here, you know, to pull the shirt over your head. And this is the dress variation of the shirt from here, with buttons down the center front. And this one is also made in a, this one is a polyester with a plissé effect. Then we have another variation of the pussy bow blouse, and we have it here with a little bit of volume in the sleeve and an elastic. And also here you have, actually it's the same as the red top, the cotton top, only you have here the bust darts on the usual spot on the side seam, and the slit at the back of the neck. And as you can see here, the ties are really big. You can really go one time around your neck and tie them in the front. And this one is made also in an printed polyester with a little bit of stretch, or they say with extra stretch. I don't know what it means. Is that is really very stretchy, or it's just a little bit stretchy. Then we have here a skirt, which is impossible to see anything in it because it's black, but it's something that I've seen a lot in the last period, also in other sewing magazines, a jeans skirt. And if you are watching on the KnipMode website, you see there are also videos for most of the patterns. Now they changed the website a lot, but they start to put again the videos, and you see the video. Although here it looks like this slit is really high, it's not so high. So it's a classic jeans skirt. You have a fly front, you have the 5 pockets, very classy. And this one is made in a stretch denim. Then we have this really nice dress, and this is the one that I made for this month. Although I did change a few things. It has a batwing kind of sleeve. The sleeve is cut on the front and on the back, so the front and the back are cut on with the sleeve, and the seam from the back is rotated, is coming a little bit to the front, and then the whole thing is getting, as you can see, the slit or the opening of the cuff is on the outside this time. And you have here a standard shirt cuff. Then you have pleats in the front and in the back. You see at the where usually you have darts, and then you have these really wide ties that they are getting sewn into the front, and then they go to the back. I will say that the ties are really long. I had to chop off a lot of them, of the length, because they are really too long. This one has a slit also. A walking slit in the center back, and it has a zipper because this one is made in let's see, what is the fabric? I think it's a kind of crepe or something like that. It's a gabardine with a little bit of stretch. Does it have stretch? I think that it has stretch. Why do I have that in my head that it has stretch. Anyway, it's really important to put the zipper on if you make it in a fabric like this, because you will not get it on, as this part here is pretty fitted. It's not a really oversized garment or something like that, so you need to put a zipper if you make it in a fabric like this. I made it in a scuba fabric. I skipped the zipper, of course, and I also skipped some other details, but you'll see it's looking really nice. Then we have here a top, and this one is made in a twill something, polyester viscose, and it's the same as the dress, only it's, of course, it's the shorter version of it. And the neckline is finished with facings. In my version I did scoop the neckline a little bit more, something very easy to do actually. Then this is a bag. They have it on their website also as a free pattern. I really want to make bags. I'm still buying, I'm keeping buying patterns for bags, but I still need to make one. Next we'll get back to this in a moment. Let's see, because there are a bunch of other patterns here after the pattern sheets. Let's see. Yeah, you see, this is a dress from earlier, and they do show here that it must be in a fabric with stretch. But again, I mean, if you make it in a fabric with a lot of stretch, like a pontinite or something like that, or a scuba, you don't really need to have that zipper. And you can finish the neckline then with a little bit of binding or something like that. You don't need to have the facings. But of course there are things that you can decide for yourself. Next we have pretty party in pink, I would say. It's a blazer and a variation on that jeans skirt. You see it here a little bit better. This is a shorter, you can see it here maybe. This is a shorter length, a few centimeters above the knee. And the blazer, they are made in a corduroy fabric. The blazer is really nice. You'll see it later also in another variation. It has some nice fitting princess seams here. Really nice to work it, to make. But of course, please make a test garment for something like that. I really love the skirt. Again, standard, very classy jean skirt, but that's something that is really nice to have. Then you have here the lower part of that satin blue skirt from the beginning, of blue dress. Here is a skirt. This is a really very pretty fabric. I have it in my stash too. I bought it just because it's really pretty. And although I did see it on that web shop as a shirt dress, and here I see it again as a skirt, I do see that it's a woven fabric, but it's pretty thick. I think it does work for this too, but I do see that fabric in a coat. It's a really very pretty fabric. The colors are really nice. Sorry. Here we have again that pussy bow blouse made in a viscose, I suppose. Again is a polyester. This is a twill fabric for the pants. I'm not really a big fan of the shape of the leg here, but of course this is something very easy to adjust. The pants, if I'm not mistaken, there is just a facing that is turned under and then top stitched with a zipper fly in the front. Again, some well pockets in the back. I always say, you know, if you don't need a well pocket in the back, just make the welt and stitch it just as a faux pocket, because it's always the best, you know, you don't have that imprint of the pocket if you don't use them anyway, you know, don't add that pocket back. Then we have a variation of that blazer made as a vest, pretty nice, made in a stretch twill cotton. Further we have again the pussy bow blouse, the one with the elastic in the sleeves. Here is made in a cotton poplin, and of course there is a total different look than this girl here. The skirt is an A-line skirt, a midi length made in faux leather, kind of like this one. But I did have a skirt like this and I never wore it. I don't know, the feel of the faux leather was not really nice, although it was very soft. But yeah, a standard, very classy A-line skirt. Of course, you can use it for some really fancy fabrics to make a really fancy skirt with a very simple pattern. Then for the boys we have this month a little quilted jacket, and here is also made as a body warmer or as a vest, where of course they skipped the sleeves and they just finished the armholes. And the version for the little ones is going to be in their children's magazine, the Knip Kids. But the I cannot see here the sizes anymore. But it's a really pity that they don't do really you know, teenagers sizes for the kids. Further we have the pink pants from earlier. We have them here made in twill cotton, and here they use a 3% elastane cotton, so 97 cotton and 3% elastane, and I think this is the perfect fabric also if you make it in a jeans that you should that they considered for this pattern. Here we have a really nice variation of that blazer, a coat, and I really like this one. I wish I had the time to make it. It's a very nice one. I really like the length and all this seams here in the back. Very beautiful. I really like this one. And again we have that top, and as you can see just a little bit here, maybe there is that bust dart that it does come really nicely on her bust. Very nice. This one is made in a double gauze. I have a bunch of double gauze in my stash, but I don't know, you know, double gauze, it has it's you think, well, this is going to be really easy to handle, but then it starts to stretch and it's very soft. And anyway, this is the blouse, you know, the blouse that you've seen earlier in cotton. This one is made in the double gauze and it's just a little bit softer. I really like this set on her. Very nice. The length of the skirt, very pretty. I like the fabric, I like the fit. Very nice. And I don't know exactly what length she is, because do we get here to see? Oh, I cannot see, and I don't know if I've seen her, because as you can see here on her, the length of the sleeve is pretty. I really like this length, but of course if this girl is 182 or something like that, you'll think that for the patterns are drafted for 172, so you'll know that those sleeves are really long, so that will be something that it will have to be adjusted, at least in my case. Anyway, I really I love this skirt with I love everything about it. And then we have her again, and this time she's wearing, you know, that skirt from the blue dress from the beginning, but here is made also in a polyester, and I really like this one. You can see it in the video on their website. And we have again that black top of that black top, that top from earlier, made in double gauze. Here is made in jacquard jersey, so as you can see, you can do whatever, you can use any kind of fabric apparently. I really like it. Maybe you can see this top in on the website. I'm not sure. There are a lot of pictures on their website also from the different patterns. Let's see, and the last time we see, I suppose, this blouse. We've seen it a lot, the pussy bow blouse here with the buttons in the front. And this one is made in cotton, and I kind of like the pants. These ones are made in a polyester viscose and 6% elastane. There is quite a bit of stretch in these pants, and I really like these ones here. I love the length. I love the width of the leg, and I think we've had 3 months earlier we had a similar pair of pants. Very nice. This is a pair of pants that I would like to try. And then for the last time, another make of that coat, made in another fabric, of course. This is a viscose polyester. Again, there are really some really nice details in this coat. This will require a bit more than 2 days of sewing. You have to interface really nicely, fit the shoulders really nicely, use shoulder pads, be careful when sewing the lapels here, interface, 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 and really careful with pressing. This is a really gorgeous coat pattern. And then we see a little preview of what we get next month, and I'm just going to say that it's going to be a really good one. We get a trench coat, and we have some interesting blouses and some really nice gathers and pleats. It's going to be a really good one. So if I was to go back now to the patterns, and if we were to take a look a little bit closer, can I go closer? Well, not so close. Let's see a little bit here. So there are a few winners this month. I really love the coat. It's very, very beautiful. And of course, if you make the blazer, you have it already set up for the coat and for the vest. If you make a test garment for the coat or for the vest, always put the sleeves into the test garment to be sure that you get a really accurate fit. Then we have the really nice new sleeve for the, you know, that pattern that we got a few months back, the bodice. This is something that I am on the fence, you know, the one with the corset type skirt and dresses. This is a really beautiful dress which requires a little bit of adjustment, I think, here on at the neckline. We have a lot of variation of that pussy blouse top. This is a really nice dress, and you'll see it in a few days here on the channel with also with the adjustment that I made. We get, of course, a classic jeans skirt, and that's always good to have in a midi length and in a, you know, more normal type length, a little bit shorter length. The really pretty pants, I'm not a big fan of this one, but I really love these ones. And the free bag. If you don't have the magazine, you can download the free pattern, of course with the instructions in Dutch, from their website. It is free there. So I hope you enjoyed my flip through from the latest KnipMode magazine. I know the lighting is a little bit bad this day, but my voice is almost back. I'm not sick anymore, so now I can make also all the videos that I am behind from all the dresses that I've made these days. So if you are on the channel only for the sewing pattern magazines, well, I will see you back at the end of the month with the latest patterns. Till then, take care and happy sewing. Bye bye.